And so the way that you'll actually add indicators is just right here on this Manage Indicators button.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is going to be our first page when we come into our project.
Record, right?
And so you'll see a couple things. There's this Selected Indicators tab.
That record.
And what this would show is if we already had indicators assigned to this project. In this case, since it's new, we don't. One thing we can do is, I know GIF typically has project-specific indicators, but in the event that they're more generalized, we can go to our catalog. And what this is going to do is show us all of the indicators already set up in Salesforce. And so we could choose to select one or a couple and add them to this investment.
And will that include all indicators across all the deals that are already in the system?
Correct.
Is there, I guess we can play with naming conventions. I imagine if there are some that we want to actually use across multiple deals, we might want to have an easy way to look those up versus others, but that would probably just be a naming convention.
Yeah, and then the nice thing that you can do, which is a good point, is that we could search if it's called something in particular. So if we just do indicators, we can search like that. You can also search by the type, whether it's a number indicator in the system, different things there.
Mm-hmm.
The thematic area is not something that you guys are using. This would be if particular indicators were tied to a specific SDG. But since that's at the project level, this won't actually do anything here. So I think most often this will just be hit in this section.
Mm-hmm.
And same geographic areas. So we've also set up a process builder, and when we create a new project indicator, our geographic area is automatically set to custom area. And that's just a global bucket so that the page can render correctly. And then in the future, if you guys did want to distinguish different indicators by geographic areas, you could by any of these choices. But for now, it just allows the page to load correctly.
Each indicator has a geographic area.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So if we go back to our selected indicators, you'll see that those two that we just checked off are now assigned to this project. We can also create our own new custom indicator, which is probably most frequently what you guys will be doing.
Yeah.
And so you'll see here we have a few fields. So we'll input our indicator name, the detailed description, if there's any additional info here. Our reporting frequency. So here, this is where it's going to associate it with that reporting period we just created. So we'll select the same one there. Our data type. So again, we can choose what type of information we're collecting. And so milestones will be that yes, no type answers. And then qualitative if we're searching for something more open-ended from the MSD. The other thing to note here is that for the stoplights, they will not function on milestones or qualitative. And so only on currency, numbers, and percent type fields or type indicators.
I thought at some point we discussed for milestones, it would be, essentially it wouldn't be yellow, that it would just be a green or red, yes or no. Maybe I'm calling back to my I just lost entirely.
I think we had talked about it at one point, and I think the decision was, it just sort of complicated the logic because sometimes a yes might be a good thing, other times yes might be a bad thing.
Oh, sure.
So I think for now, just sticking with kind of,
Okay.
You'll see here also if we had selected that this was data type currency, we'll have a list of all the currencies and we can pull one in. In this case, we're not going to.
Mm-hmm.
This next field, aim. So this is, are we searching, is this indicator something we want to increase in our results or decrease. Again, this is going to impact how our stoplights work. So using one formula if we select increase, one if we select decrease. So that way, depending on what we put in for targets and results, the stoplights are turning red, yellow, green in the right order. So that if we put in a lower result and it's decreased, it's in fact turning green.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't choose to select an aim, either because we're doing a qualitative or a milestone, or we're doing a number and we just do not select aim, then the stoplights aren't going to render. So if you are on your targets or results, your results page and you're inputting values about a number indicator and you don't see your stoplight, it's a good idea to check, and we'll show you where right on that page you can see what the aim is. And if you see that that's not selected, then just come back here and update that.
Okay, so, but yeah, and there's no star there around the aim because in some cases we will not actually choose anything.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be important for us to point out to everyone because I think if it's not mandatory, I think, yeah, let's keep that in mind when we roll this out in training.
Yeah, I think that was something that we had talked about too, about how you could have that be mandatory.
Yeah.
It's just a little difficult with having a default value because, of course, then increase won't make sense to other people if we're reporting on a milestone level. Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah.
So units and data source, some text fields to input additional info about the kind of results that you're collecting. We can check off if our indicator is related to any of these. And then our validation ranges. So this is where we're going to specify what kind of results we're looking for. So this might be, if it's a percent field that we're asking for, maybe we only want the investee to give us a percentage in terms of 0 to 100. We don't want higher than 100%. Or in this case, we only want between 50 and 100.
Mm-hmm.
And percent can go in like that. It doesn't have to be a decimal figure.
Correct. Next is where we can assign this indicator to be fulfilling one of our project objectives. So if we had assigned more than one objective to our project, they would all appear here. In this case, we just have the one, but we can click it, and now this indicator will be assigned to our objective to increase crop yield. And so that way we can also report at that level to see how are we doing to fulfill different objectives we set up.
Great.
We can choose to cross-disaggregate this indicator by gender, just checkbox. And then we can also choose to disaggregate by a group that we've set up, which I know you guys did a lot of in the testing environment, setting up disaggregation groups. But so we can choose to do that as well. So in this system, you can have disaggregate by both sex and something else.
Sorry, I'm sure I already know this, but if we choose, for example, age, how is that set up? For example, we would be interested in disaggregating age between, say, 10 to 19-year-olds, and then in another case it would be, 30 to 60 or something. So would we have different age disaggregation groups for that then?
Definitely. Let's hit save on this and flip over there.
Okay.
So this disaggregation groups is where we can set up a new one.
Mm-hmm.
So we create a new disaggregation group, and let's use sector, just since we already have age. And we'll just create a new one. And you'll see what we can do here is create the disaggregation values. And so this is similar to age, where you would put in the different age ranges. so 0 to 10, 10 to 20. In this case, we'll come up with a few sectors, so agriculture, and then order, we want this to appear first in our list. Agriculture, communications, and so now if we look at our disaggregation group, we now have these three options to choose from. And so those would be the levels we'd record our results at.
And these are accessible across all views.
Correct. Yeah.
So this aggregation group will be called sector, and then these three will be sort of under that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we have to make sure that we name the disaggregation groups what they include, so to speak. So we won't have several sectors where we have different sets, or we have age. We should specify that quite clearly then. So we choose the right disaggregation group. Okay, cool.
Exactly. And you might have different types of age disaggregation groups, depending on exactly what you said, like what they're including. If it's age of maybe youth specifically, or if it's a wider age range across everything. Yeah. Great. So now back to our project. So we've now added a new indicator. We have a few others here. And what we do now is we can go in and set our targets. So we'll click set targets. And you'll see here that only one is showing up on this page. And so this is the indicator that we have assigned to, why is only one showing? Oh.
They're not tied to them.
And I think the reason it's not showing up.
Oh, it's because they're recording frequency.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. So those are the ones that I had just pulled in before. So I think now we can flip over to the project that I've set up that just has a little bit more information, so it'll be a little nicer to look at. So similar, here I've just set up a bunch more indicators. We can see that they're tied to a few different reporting frequencies. And then some are disaggregated and some are not. So if you go to set targets on this investment, we can see a few things. Change that for a second. So first is where we can view our reporting periods. And so what this is doing is it's currently ordering our reporting periods by their end date, and putting them in chronological order that way. If we want to override what these view as, we can choose that we always want, for example, to come in to this project at the 2017 annual reporting period. And so we'll do that on the project level, and I think that's something that I'll just send over to you guys on how you'll do that. But it's just pulling in which reporting period you want and setting it there. And so we can do that for both the targets page. So for targets, we might say, we're looking ahead right now. We want to always default, and when we arrive on this page, be on 2018. When we go to the add results page, though, we're looking backwards. Right now, we're inputting results for Q1 2017, so that's what we want to default to there. So we can differentiate between targets and results.
Spencer,
Yeah.
do you mind quickly going to the project records to show the information that we have there and how they match to what we see on this page?
Yeah. So for that how to default it, Alan?
Yeah, and then navigate to the related list of the reporting periods so we can see them there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so this is this other project. And so you'll see we have 8 reporting periods here. And the way that we can do this is if you see this section on the project, select default reporting period to display. What we'll do is if we want to override this and have the user, for example, always come in and see 2018 on our targets page, we're going to pull the ID of our 2018 reporting period and input that in this field. So if we go to 2018, we'll see, so this is the reporting period we always want someone going to our target page to first land on. So we can pull the record ID from here, and we'll just copy and paste this. And back on our investment page, what we're going to do is say, that's where we want everyone setting targets to go to.
For this specific deal?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
And also just for the targets page. For the results, we might say that we want everyone to go right to Q1 2017, which is currently showing up first. Or we might say, actually, we want them to set their yearly targets first. And so in that case, we go to our 2017 annual reporting period and do the same thing. We'll take that ID and input that into our results page. So now we're going to hit save. And now if we go back to our targets page, we'll see now that we actually default to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And so now next time that someone else comes in, they're going to see 2018.
And if we don't do this, and if we click that reporting period field, what will we see? Will we see the reporting periods linked to that specific investment, or all of them that are in the system?
Right, good question. So all of these reporting periods are related to this investment. So if there was a reporting period already created for 2020 for someone else's investment, that would not appear in this list.
Okay, but I see everything we saw on the last page, but I don't see January or February 2017. Maybe we're in a different. If I'm not mistaken.
I think there's just a few. There you
go. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see all of those, and if we don't input that record ID to set the defaults, then what will happen is when we come to this page, we're just going to default and land on the first one chronologically, so on Q1 2017.
All right. Yeah.
And yeah, so you'll see here, for example, this first indicator is disaggregated by age. And so we can put in different age targets and then see our total. If we hover over this information icon, this is where we can see a little bit more information about it. And so this is where, if, for example, when you're on your results page, you don't see a stoplight and think that you should because it's a number, you can hover over this and see that the aim field is blank, perhaps.
Yeah.
Is there any way to indicate which disaggregation group it is associated with? Because I could imagine someone going into this just seeing the numbers and not knowing exactly which, like, if it's age or if it may be something else that happens, like a number-based disaggregation.
Definitely, yeah, we can add that. Yeah.
We can check by looking if it's necessary.
Yeah, so definitely that's going to be the kind of feedback that I think we're really looking for, is like things like that. So those are controlled by field sets in Salesforce, and so that's also something not done with the code that in the future, if in a few years, GIF decides actually we don't need to know about the detailed description anymore, no one's even writing anything there, that Caitlin can just go in and remove that. So you'll see, like we said before, based on tying our indicators to a reporting period, different ones will show up. So for example, these are our quarterly. If we go to our annual, then we'll see some different indicators here. The other thing you'll notice is that on this one, we have one indicator that's cross-disaggregated by gender. And so now we can see all 4 columns.
Mm-hmm.
On the other one, because it wasn't disaggregated by gender, we only saw a total column.
Yeah,
And
makes
then,
sense.
awesome. If we go to January, we'll see, in this case, we have a milestone, and so we can choose yes or no. Any questions so far?
I think it looks great. Yeah.
I think
You'll see
just
everything.
just
Yeah.
one thing it's pretty obvious on this page is that there is no save button, meaning that as soon as you write a number and then clicks away, it's saving the record over and over again. Or if it's a pick list, when you select that yes, it's saved.
Are these historically tracked also? Because I could see someone maybe going in, playing around with it, not realizing that they're actually making changes to the record, and that being a concern.
Mm.
So I think that was something, and Alan, maybe you have thoughts too. We had talked about this very early in the project, about particularly on the ad results page from the investee, and that they might go in and today input that they've reached 100 farmers, and then next week they change that to 75. And so what we decided is that we'll track that very first value they put in. But if they then the week after come back again and they change it back to 200, we wouldn't have that 75 tracked. It would only be the very first value that they input and then the most recent value.
On the target side, though, there's no tracking mechanism on that.
There's not right now. I think one thing that GIF could decide to do is enable feed tracking using Chatter. Cool. So you'll see again here, we also have the geographic areas. In this case, all of our indicators are automatically being assigned to this global, which is just, again, to make sure that the page loads correctly. You can, if we go to report period with another, as we did before, if we just want to enter results on one indicator and we have several, we can just quickly search to filter down that list and only see the relevant indicator. Again, and you can also click show more filters, and we can decide we only want to see indicators with a certain type. And then behind this here, we can apply that filter and now only see our number indicators.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So once you've added your targets, most likely the investee will be entering results. But if GIF should have to, you can also enter results from within Salesforce. So you just click the Add Results tab. And here we'll see it looks pretty much identical to the page before, with the exception that we now have a column for targets and a second one for our results.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see, again, we have a bit of information here, and then you'll also see we do have our stoplights. So the stoplights are displaying, again, only on the total, not on every disaggregation, just based on the way that you guys said it, you initially set your targets.
Yeah.
So go to a different one to see quickly what some of the other stoplights look like. And then the last thing is that we'll have this help text for the investee, letting them know the default current as of date. And so if the investee is reporting, they can click on the comment bubble. And this is one thing that our developers are still finalizing right now, is that this will display that default end date. So for example, in this project, we said that our reporting period end date was March 31st.
Mm-hmm.
So that will actually show up here in the future. Yeah. But they can also choose to say a different date, it's only of today, and it's safe.
Can we? Is there a way for us to see whether they have written something in the comments or changed anything?
So you can definitely see that via reporting would be the best way to see that.
Sorry, where?
Via a report.
Sorry. Where can we?
So we can pull a report and see all of the comments
Okay.
that our investee has submitted.
I'm with you. Okay, thanks.
Cool. So the last thing that our investee would probably do is they can upload their reporting documents. So they'll do that just by clicking the Upload Documents button here. And this is where they'll be able to upload. It'll look a tiny bit different in the community, but pretty similar. So you'll see that at the top there's this Documents Required field. In this case, we did not set any, but let's do that so we can see how that will look. So on our reporting period, one second. So, all right, sorry. On our reporting period, we can say what documents we expect to get this from the investee for Q1 2017. So we want a financial update and a narrative. The nice thing you can do is that you can use formatting, and this will appear in that pop-up, so it can look a little bit nicer. So we'll just save that. And now, when we upload our documents for that reporting period, we'll see what we're required to upload. And then similar to Chatter, you can just choose a file from your computer, write some notes about what it is. And we'll upload that. And so now we can see both when I uploaded it, what I uploaded. As an investee, if I realize right afterwards I uploaded the wrong document, or a few days later that I actually have an updated version, I can just come back here and say to upload a new version.
Does the system sense that there are two different reporting or two different documents that we should, or that the investee should submit for that reporting period? Or is it just the text we put in? So is there a way for us to know when pulling a report or something like that to see if we've received what we should in terms of documents?
Yeah, so it's not going to check for you, but what we can do is if we go back to our reporting period here, is on our reporting period, we can see that we asked for both a financial update and a narrative, and they've only uploaded this one document.
Yeah, okay. So they don't. It's not like they click on financial update and this is the document that is or that corresponds to this requirement.
Right. Yeah, I think we talked about that a little, and I think that just added a lot of complexity to that pop-up.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the thing that you could choose to do, and definitely something Caitlin would be able to do, is if you wanted to have like a checkbox on here saying yes, all documents have been submitted, that then the investment team member could check off once they're satisfied with the requirements, and then you could easily check that too.
Okay.
is our graphs.
Yes.
And so here we'll see all the graphs for all of our indicators. So this page will show up to 9 if we have that many, or it'll show all. What we can also do here in this dropdown is choose which graphs to display. So if we only want to look at a couple of them at once, we can just deselect and now we'll see just a few of our graphs. And if you hover over, you'll see the actual numbers as well.
The actual, yeah. So the results, but not the targets.
Yep, the targets are here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so if an indicator is disaggregated, these will show the total of all those disaggregations. In the future, I think this is something that we had talked about, that in one of the future releases, these would be stacked bar charts, so males, females, unknown.
Cool.
Yeah. The other nice thing about this is that if you wanted to print just one chart, you can download it to JPEG, or you could print just the one chart. It won't print the whole dashboard of charts, but you could print them individually, or an MSD could.
That's great. I think many of us, including the investees, will find that really useful.
Awesome. So I'm happy to go through again what it looks like from the community side, but also seeing the time. Happy if Alan, you want to talk timeline. The community looks very similar to what we looked at, I think, last week. But what I can show is how you would access it, so that when you guys are testing, you can go ahead and log in as a community user to as an investee and kind of go through the process that they go through.
Yeah, I think if I could just see the access, that's
Yeah,
Perfect.
Spencer, before you move forward, I have two questions. One
Yeah.
is, Caitlin and Theodora, do you have 15 extra minutes if we need to go more than what we expected?
Yeah, I'm fine. Theodora?
Unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, cool. So let's try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just.
Who's connecting tomorrow? I know you're talking to Michael. Is it only the two of you, or can we move it to tomorrow?
Yeah, we could potentially move part of it to tomorrow. Like the timeline to tomorrow would be fine. So maybe we do that. Then, Spencer, before you go to the community part, I think you could also show the functionality of the outside range and the messages that it displays.
I forgot about that because I changed it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, so the validation ranges. So I think. Okay, so this indicator here, and we can see, very easy if you forget which indicators you set validation ranges for while you're testing. But you can hover over here and see, in this case, we're expecting results between 0 and 100. And so in this case, all of our results happen to be in that frame. If, however, we come in and we put in a value outside of it, as soon as I click away from this field, or if I click tab on my keyboard, we're going to see outline in orange and then this error message. So as the user, my result of 115% is still saved to the system. This is just purely visual for them to see and, maybe say, oh, this really is 15. It was just a typo. Or I'd say, no, it is 115, and just close this and ignore it. And it's still going to stay outlined in orange the whole time that I'm on the page. If I change it, then we'll see to something within the range and click away. It'll go back to being normal. If, though, I leave it and now I come back and change it again the second time, that error message isn't going to pop up again.
But it will be unique for
again. So as soon as the page is refreshed, so meaning if I leave it or I flip to a different reporting period, come back, or if I log out of the system and someone else on my team comes in, they're all going to get this error message letting them know. So that way, if multiple people are entering results, there's no confusion over what the orange outline means. The only other way that,
Weird that it
sorry?
ends here. Like it's not here.
Alan, did you have something?
Sorry, no. I thought I was on mute. I was chatting with Sam.
So the only other way this would go away is if the GIF team member in the back end goes back and adjusts that validation range, and they can now say, we're getting a lot of high responses, 0 to 150%. And if you change that on the back end, then this value is now within it, and so this will not be highlighted next time you come back to the page.
On that record, that is outside of range.
Any questions on that? Cool.
Like a
Alan, anything else to add before we jump over to kind of the community side?
I did have something, but I forget. I think we are good for now.
Okay, cool. So what I would suggest for testing is that you guys go through kind of the whole process, starting with setting up an account, and then an opportunity or a deal off of there. In terms of accessing as a user, what you can do, and what I've done here, is I've created myself as a contact for my account. And so now if I go to my contact record, we'll see the only thing here is I'm associated to my account, which is also the same account that owns my project, my opportunity and my investment. And so those things are going to be really important because that's how, in the community, I'm going to see the appropriate information. So as a community user, as an investee, you're only going to see the project that is associated with your account. So you won't see other investees' projects in there.
Yeah.
And so once you set up your user, what you'll do is click this Manage External User. And the first time you're going to get, here, you're going to see Enable External User. And what that's going to do is it's going to ask you to create a user. And the one thing to note there is you can use your email address again. In the username, it just needs to be something unique. So it can't be your username for this environment. So just do something Caitlin@gif.org.community or something like that for your username. That just needs to be something different.
Sorry, can you go through that, how we set that up again?
Yeah. So the first time we click this, what we're going to get is it's going to say right here, Enable Community User.
Yeah.
And so what that's going to look like is, let me open mine. So it's going to open this page. And what we'll do is it's going to have all of these things. It'll have our name filled in. It's going to have our license is a community user.
Yeah.
And then we're going to use the investee community.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing here to remember is our email. We want to use our actual email address because that's going to send us the welcome email to the community and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But our username, so what we'll use when we log in, cannot be the same as any other Salesforce environments. So I would just use something, your name @gif.community.
And this is only true, though, for GIF stack testing.
Correct. Yeah.
And so for the investees, we can use their email, because that will be their only login.
So for the 3 pilot investees, I would suggest creating them a different username as well.
Okay.
It can be their same email, but that way when they use the real system, it can be that unique username. So we can save theirs for that.
There is a caveat to that. if the investee already uses Salesforce in another, like in their own company or in another community, then it cannot be the same one. So
Okay. So we can create kind of like a standardized one. It can be their name at GIF investee. And
yes, you could.
Okay.
Yeah, and the username doesn't need to be a real email address format.
Yeah.
Cool. And then when you hit save, you will get an email sent to your email address with a link to log into the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so the two ways that you can log in is one from that link in your email, or when you're playing around in here and testing as a user, you can also log in here. And so we can say to log in as our user. So if we just click that, now we'll see our community here. If we log out of this real quick, okay, but here we can see that the only project that I'll be able to see is my project that is associated to my account. And then once we log in there, it looks very much the same as within Salesforce. The difference being that as an investee, I can't access the manage indicators or the set targets pages. I can only add results or preview those performance graphs.
And the rest of the information shown here, is that finalized, or will it add more information, such as project objectives? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so one of those, I'm just going to write back on the Trello card there. There were a few questions I had about just specifying if any of those are coming from the deal or if they're all new fields on projects, but then they'll be added here. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Spencer, can you just click on those buttons to see if they really work? Or
Yay!
And so here they'll see the target that you set, but not be able to modify it in any way. Yeah. And again, they can view some information about their indicator and upload their documents.
Cool.
And then we can view our graphs.
Yeah.
Well, that will be updated shortly.
There we go.
We did that way it works. So this is what they'll see in the community.
Yeah, just to emphasize, when we were looking at the same page as a GIF staff, there were more tabs up here. The set targets was there, now it's not there anymore.
Yeah. And I had a question, I think, if we go to the add results page. So how are the reporting periods organized in this list? Is it the same rationale or the same logic as,
Yep, so same way. In this case, we said that on ad results, you should be directed first to 2017 annual. If we hadn't specified anything, they would first land on Q1 2017, or the first one in the list.
Okay.
But so it'll follow the same order as the results page in that internal GIF members will see.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, so for now, there is no such a functionality of defaults to the, like compare to the date of today and send me to the reporting period associated to today's date. There is nothing on the system that has that logic.
Okay.
Looks good.
It looks very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play around with it a little bit. Yeah, and so, Alan, I don't know if you want to talk timeline for a few minutes or wait till tomorrow.
I think we can just leave for tomorrow. So basically, I already wrote a Trello card. I'm gonna tag you guys there so you can see, and then I will add you guys to the invite for tomorrow. I think it's at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So we can all chat through that. And yeah, basically what we are proposing is for you guys to give feedback until Monday, and then on our call on Tuesday we go through that feedback together, and then have the GIF internal team, so the investment team plus Ken, to test between Tuesday and Friday, have one more round of feedback, and then the investees the next week do their testing next week.
Sorry, for the rest of the investment team, the week after that.
Oh, sorry, no, just the investees, the pilot, the 3 pilot investees, then they would do the week after.
So the week of March 27th.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow we'll talk again 9:30 Eastern, and by Monday close of business, you want the first feedback on this. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna propose, but you don't have to go with that. Let's see if it's feasible or not from your end.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Michael will be able to speak to that the best, probably.
Cool.
Agreed.
Sounds good. So next steps, I think, Spencer, is for us to send them like a document or very like simple instructions on how to log in and do the tests. But you guys already have the green light to go and play around. And what we will also do is set up a Google Doc so you guys can have your feedback in one place, and we can read the feedback as you guys are giving them to already work on them.
Sounds great.
Am I correct, Spencer? Did you have other additional things around that?
No, that's perfect. So yeah, the only other thing, so I will go in and set you guys up as users in this sandbox, and so you'll get an email from Salesforce that'll have the link to go ahead and log in.
Because will this be a different sandbox?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is different than the one that you guys were testing in for the last few months.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And it looks really good. So thanks a lot.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to your developers for
Yeah.
So we're excited for you guys to start playing it.
We do have to confess, it was a painful way up to get to this. Like, they were really up many nights in the last couple of weeks, but yeah, here's the result. So we are also happy with what we have now.
Yeah.
It really does look good.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we will chat briefly tomorrow, it sounds like.
Great. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.